16, like, if he gets that game. So, yeah, winner has to take on Jake from State Farm.
Well, what a consolation prize to try to make top 16 in this bracket, playing one of New York's best players. I know Sean hasn't been as active lately, but still, Almar, he's one of the best Almars in the business.
When you said Sean, I was like, no, not Kashmir, Falcon Sean. Yeah. There's a lot of Seans in the Smash.
S-H-O-N.
Okay.
This is gonna be a bit of a quirky matchup. Seeing how Duck Hunt deals with the walls that Steve puts up, but can play a little bit more of that defensive game himself, try to keep Steve from setting up these walls. So might be a little more frustrating for Steve in certain interactions in order to deal with this Duck Hunt. He's playing halfway across the stage.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the problems here for Steve is that you just got to deal with things that are blocking projectiles. It's great because you're not going to get damaged, but all the things that you were just setting up, all those materials, like you're already like using those up. So normally you would have those materials on you. Not in this case, especially if you're using it all the time for defensive purposes. You can't really work on your setups that way. But, even Anvil coming out, damage is even right now, roughly.
And being able to use that can to beat out the cart, the minecart is huge.
That's
you probably have to angle it so that way it's hitting more Steve than the cart, but still, being able to utilize a projectile to stuff that out until you don't have to put your physical character over there is so helpful.
That was so useful from Trifecta. Trifecta using the can to cover his recovery and was able to just make it back unscathed. Because normally Ethan would just throw out some lava, an anvil, or something. But again, this is like quite an even game. Just both players playing the side of patience right now.
Being able to use that clay pigeon too, just to immediately eliminate those dirt walls, is really important too. Especially if you can get to a stage like small battlefield where that's going to be the majority of the walls.
Yeah.
It seems. Duck Hunt can make this kind of frustrating for Steve.
Yeah, oh my god,
and with that wall down, that gunman has free reign to open fire on Steve and finish things out there. But that immediately getting that anvil in kind, so there's a lot of really important interactions here that can make this matchup a little frustrating for Steve. I was not expecting that going into the set.
I realized watching this, right, I haven't really seen Duck Hunt Steve interactions before. And I could see like how this could be a problem for Steve, like you said earlier, because like you said, the wall came down, like the gunman just came out of nowhere. And then in terms of recovery, Duck Hunt has the can. Has the clay pigeon. He has a lot of tools that can be underutilized if not used properly, but yes.
Watch out for that can, it's coming for you.
Oh my god. Yeah, and Ethan is respecting the can so hard right now. It's coming at him like a scary movie like villain.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Gator comfortable.
Ethan
is in this matchup. Obviously, there aren't that many Duck Hunts to get that experience. And Ethan is a newer player, but great job timing the release on that minecart, playing around those projectiles from Duck Hunt. And now he takes this slight stock lead here, needs to hold this stock. Duck Hunt does have a tendency to struggle to clean out stocks if he can't get those cans, if he can't get those gunmen. But Ethan needs to get back on stage, and that up air will find its way into finishing out that second stock. So
it's really interesting to see. Like normally you'll see like Steve's are the ones who are usually doing like the ledge guards. So now you see the Steve kind of coming back, and it's Steve who's the one who's getting ledge guarded the entire time by Duck Hunt of all characters. So like the pressure on Steve, who's normally able to just kind of get away with so many shenanigans, is kind of the weakness is getting shown right now. Ethan doing a really good job though, adjusting to that, and it's got to be hard, just getting covered by all sides.
The thing that we haven't touched on yet too is also Steve's ground mobility isn't the greatest outside of utilizing jet cart for burst options. So trying to get in on Duck Hunt when he needs to can be a little difficult, but doesn't necessarily matter right now. Has Diamond in hand, has that Diamond sword, has the Diamond pickaxe, so that will absolutely take it on Duck Hunt at this point. But that's starting to climb, just barely weaves around that can off stage.
I thought the can was going to touch him. Oh my god, the can touched him anyway. All right. There's moments where I think like Duck Hunt's just going to go away, but they get like, jump right into the can too. The can is just not working well for. Oh my god.
If you line that up, just trying to bait out the DIN and get that up air. No resources in hand outside of that gold force.
Oh my god, that was so good.
Holds it with the gunman into the can. Wow. Utilizing that geometry is Trifecta to get that first stock, that first game.
Bro had based Hanzo Overwatch knowledge like simple geometry sends this Steve to like the netherworld at this point.
They don't call him Trifecta for nothing.
That's so cool. I love seeing the Duck Hunt play when it's done so well, and Trifecta just doing a phenomenal job stopping Steve. Like, you don't normally see Steve getting stopped from doing his job.
I was surprised at how many quality tools that Duck Hunt has in this matchup. Just to be able to knock down those walls, you put a can over the wall to interact with Steve, so you don't have to. Using it to stuff out minecarts, the gunman just to apply pressure from far away. Duck Hunt really has a lot that he can do to make this matchup frustrating for Ethan and for Steve.
Well, I think the key word here is flexibility. Like, yeah, you need to have flexibility as someone who plays like competitive fighting games, but the amount of flexibility that Duck Hunt alone, Trifecta alone, is doing with Duck Hunt's projectiles in this fight is so good.
I also haven't even touched on that clay pigeon as much too. Like, that move can just be really frustrating because you can just toss it out there. It's a multi-hit move where you kind of have to hit it a couple times, otherwise it'll hit you. It can be just a little frustrating to deal with just as a throw-out move in neutral, but Ethan doing a good job early on here, getting those anvils off stage because Duck Hunt does not have a hitbox on that up B. But now, again, that play quickly coming through from halfway across the stage.
And like you said earlier, the clay pigeon, it won't kill, but like it's enough to like stop you from doing whatever you were doing.
You also set up into kill confirm too, with those smash attacks, with those up airs.
So if I were Steve, right, how do I play against that? How am I gonna like? I thought the defensive would normally work. What do I need to do to set up here?
You're seeing Ethan go back and forth between playing really defensive and boxing in certain interactions. Duck Hunt's grounded boxing tools are the greatest outside of his projectiles. Yeah. So he can get up close with those up tilts, start to rack up some damage, but Duck Hunt does also have that frame 1 eject button with that can if he has it in hand to utilize a disadvantage. So makes that being frustrating for Steve. Up tilt confirms, but still Ethan in a good spot here, much better than that in that game 1. So
that gunman took like that stock too, like treating him like the zombie is, took the headshot, sent him to the blast zone. So now it's a tie game, but Duck Hunt's still living at 54%, almost getting blocked off by a block. Anvil almost slamming him down too.
Anvil really been the MVP for Ethan throughout this set, being able to use that to get in a ton of damage off stage in those guaranteed edge guard situations. So continues to really prioritize getting Duck Hunt off stage, so that way he can't get his feet planted under him, he can't get those gunmen set up, and he can't utilize that can.
It's all about interruption for Duck Hunt. Like, as long as you have to pay attention to your projectiles, you need to know where the angles are going, and also you need to make sure that you are stopping whatever Steve is doing. So Trifecta doing a phenomenal job getting these angles in, stopping Ethan, and now Ethan has to readjust and figure out how to not get hit while also dodging these projectiles and then still mining for resources. That is a lot of work to do in a 7-minute game.
Back and forth, Ethan just getting knocked left and right, but he finds his way back on the stage and knocks Trifecta off to the blast zone with that back air. But then immediately, Trifecta responds and kind of even things back up. Trifecta one stock away from advancing into that loser's top 16 qualifier. Ethan just trying to stay alive in this bracket right now.
Yeah. And here's the thing too, like, Steve's already as a character, not really the easiest or the most fun to play, but now you have to like contend with somebody who could do your own stuff in a non-secular way, a non-linear way, excuse me. Secular, that's a word.
And we see,
what?
Not ready for that tech at all.
I blinked. I literally blinked.
So did Trifecta, apparently.
Yeah,
did not hit that tech button. So would have absolutely been able to live there with that tech. So gonna be moving into a Game 3 scenario here on the loser side of Cream City. Convergence here in Wave B pool. So as Duck Hunt, you're probably looking for a bigger stage just so you have room to breathe. And PS2, completely understandable.
I would assume the same thing for Steve too, because like at least a little bit more spacing would allow you to get like just a couple more frames of just like getting your materials and something done, like any type of defensive bricks, blocks or whatever. So I mean, it is pretty even in a sense. Like, I think both players are adjusting really well to each other. It's just, this is a pretty hard match. And
getting that gunman combo into the up air ladders to get a really healthy early lead for Trifecta. But now in that disadvantage that Duck Hunt struggles in so much, but immediately even backed up. Steve just having really high damage output. And one thing I do want to keep an eye on here, with PS2, it has that little bit of an underlip under the under the ledge, where Duck Hunt could maybe stay under there a little longer to avoid those anvil scenarios that have been so frustrating for Trifecta. A lot of easy damage for Ethan. Already see him lining up for it once again.
I'm starting to notice that, like, Steve, Ethan is kind of closing the gap here a little bit, which shows that maybe, just maybe, there is a little bit of like a close range aspect here that Duck Hunt isn't able to cover.
Yeah, especially those backers up close from Steve can be really frustrating to deal with, those up tilts. So just a lot of like kill power and damage output, but great spot for Trifecta right now. Crazy trade coming through. Everyone's bleeding, but everyone's living. Trying to get that can, and we're gonna get everyone's dying, everyone's exploding.
Dragon Ball
Everyone
Z
gets a canopy.
37. That was like, they're just tying it up right now.
It's a fantastic set here on the loser's side. Both these guys absolutely deserve to move on.
Yeah, I agree.
But oh, okay, we're getting the spike there with the fair.
Oh, what do the gunmen do to you? But I mean, well, we know.
Gunmen trying to help out. That diamond pickaxe bringing a lot of damage. This is exactly where Ethan wants to be. With that diamond in hand, going for another spike. And that jab to fair will confirm and tame to the blast zone at 80%.
Like, third time's the charm. That was the third time he did that on Trifecta, and it finally actually took the stock away.
And PS2 does have more shallow bottom blast zones, so maybe on another stage would have lived that, but that's where the counter pick can sometimes come back to bite you. Trifecta needs to find this stock very soon. He still has to contend with that diamond in hand that Ethan has.
And, you know, like, you see Steve playing like a sword player right now with that authority. Whoa, wow, that can is going to take that stock away. Only getting 15% of extra credit on Trifecta.
Starting to hear the Milwaukee crowd come to life for Trifecta. Yeah. They want to see him advance in this bracket. Been such a good set, so back and forth. And again, Ethan is such a good up-and-coming player from the North Sun area. He's doing really well at those events, so this would be a huge win for Trifecta, who really has not competed outside of Milwaukee very much.
He wants to represent the collegiate scene really well. Like, he wants to show that, like, collegiate smashers can also put up their own, and it's not just, you know, for show. Oh my lord, okay, I thought he was going to do the double forward air, but does get the forward smash with the gold sword.
Yeah, quicker frame data on that gold. You can swat away Duck Hunt a little easier, but that diamond's going to be coming out sooner than later. Ethan's trying to find it. He wants it just to get this done. Oh, scary snare in the corner. Goes for the forward smash, but he DIs to that platform. Juggling. That can confirm once again, but not quite gonna find it.
Oh wow! Does use like the cancel animation on that platform. Is able to get a back air onto Steve. Steve living at 136%. Duck Hunt sending this can out. Steve defensive, trying to mine for something here. Gets the mine cart.
Take it? No, it's still
living. What?
Yeah. Needs to go off this ledge. A grab from Steve sooner than later will take it. No diamond in hand. No resources outside of these heftier mats on hand.
These blocks are saving him.
A lot from Duck Hunt. And that can will absolutely get it done for Trifecta.
Woo! You could hear them just, yes. Like, that was so good coming from Ethan, though. Like, give this man props. Like, he was keeping up with Trifecta the entire time. And Trifecta was just putting him on notice.
And that's, again, like, Duck Hunt just a very uncommon character, and Trifecta has just been doing better and better with this character as he's gotten more experience. Yeah. And everyone fights Steve, but not everyone fights Duck Hunt.
True. That is a fair point. Jeez, that was...
fantastic set.
Yeah, that was really good. Trifecta's Duck Hunt, too, was definitely going around a lot of what Steve was laying out. So, like, normally...